Referee giving his instructions in the centre of the ring there. Ekow, the English champion, in the red corner, and Warby in the blue corner. Warburton's had nearly 200 fights, very experienced. Of those 200, he's only been stopped twice. He's only been stopped in almost 200 fights. So he's a durable fighter. He's well experienced. Ekow, English champion, they call him the Engine. And believe me, I've sparred with this man. He's nothing but. He's a well, finely tuned machine. And I think he's just going to be busy tonight, enjoying being back in the ring, sharpening the utensils.
Yeah, that's a great achievement for William Warburton to have that many fights and only be stopped a couple of times. Shows he's a very tough, durable fighter. But Ekow, like you said, he's a machine. You know, I've trained with him years ago, seen him box, seen him train, seen him box, and he's a very good, accomplished fighter. I think he's a very avoided fighter at the moment, and I think he needs to get a big chance for the British title or something very soon.
Well, Ekow's trained again by Barrington Brown. You know, he comes under many aliases: Killer, Demolition Man, Barrington Brown, Dan, the boxing mad scientist. All I know is he's a slave driver in that gym, but he loves his lads. You know, it is a family, and he treats everyone the same. You know, whether they're an English champion, whether a 4-round fighter, domestic. You know, it's a very nice camp to be in. They go away together. They go to barbecues together. You know, Ekow's one of the nicest guys in boxing. But like you say, he is being avoided. There's people out there. I think he wants Kelly. He's been trying to draw out Kelly at the minute.
That's right. That's what I've heard. Yeah. So it won't be long, I think, before he forces one of them to fight him. I think it's brilliant that Killer is involved back in boxing. You know, a lot of the old fighters that come back and pass their experience on. It shows the passion they've got and the way he's training the fighters. It's brilliant. I've heard some really good stuff and seen some of it on social media as well. He's a really good coach. I don't think he got his chances when he was a fighter himself. He was a very good fighter, but it's all about chances, as you know, being in the right place at the right time.
Well,
the right people behind you.
Well, I think with Barrington Brown, as he's known to the board, he was, you know, in the away corner a lot, and sometimes the decisions don't go your way, even if you've nipped it. You know, and that's boxing. It's like that in many sports, you know, but he's got a lot of knowledge. I spar with Killer sometimes, and you know, I've got a youth advantage. I'm a current active pro, and he still pings me from pillar to post. He spars with Ekow. He spars with Derek Asazi, the Ultimate Boxing champ. He does these things called the no-mass rounds, and that means you're in the ring until you quit.
All right.
Until you say no mass, you're in the ring.
A bit like the Mayweather.
A little bit like dog ass, but you have your breaks.
Yeah.
We can see Warby's ribs starting to go red on his left side.
Yeah, I think he's been caught quite a few times, but he looks like a tough fighter. I think it'll take a few rounds before Ekow can break him down. Well, it'll be good to get a few rounds. You know, maybe he wants to just get a few rounds before he gets his big chance.
Yeah, he's not been stopped since early 2018 against a very big prospect in Aaron Morgan. You know, but even that was in the later rounds. After that, he's had 8-rounders, 4-rounders, 6-rounders. So he's got a wealth of experience, Warby. But Ekow, he fought all over the world in the amateurs. He fought, you know, he was Team GB. I think he started off at Bilborough.
Yeah, because I had a lot of experience with England boxing as well. But in the pros, I think he's not had that many rounds in the pro ranks. He's stopped a lot of his early fights. He's had a few that went the distance, but I think this will be amazing if he gets a few more rounds in there. You can't beat getting the rounds, getting experience in a fight, and before you get some of the big names. Well,
you know, I don't know if it was a year or two ago, I was on the card here. Ekow and Derek both fought from DCT. I think Ekow stopped his fighter in about 12 seconds, and Derek won in less than a minute as well, I think. So, you know, big things from DCT in Nottingham, Hyson Green. Formerly Majestic, wasn't it, that down there?
It was. I started it years ago myself when it was Majestic with Tony Harrison and some other lads. And now he's taken over, and they've got a very good camp at the moment, and I think the success is rubbing off on the other fighters and it's bringing them on, and that's what usually happens in a gym. And and they're all pushing and working hard together and saying some good things.
Yeah, I think Ekow, I think he's using this, no disrespect to Warby at all, but I think he's using this as a moving target, as a bit of a, you know, it's a guaranteed win in his mind. He's already trained for it. In Ekow's head, he's won this fight. This is him trying things out before challenging for the British, I think.
Yeah, Ekow's on you non-stop. You don't get a second's rest. And I think it's disheartening to the opponent. So Williams is already on the back foot. You know, you can't really push him back. He can't keep up with the work rate. It's only a matter of time before he really gets to him, I think.
Yeah, Ekow, he was actually in a promotional contract with Frank Warren when he started out.
Cut him off.
Jab there, can't help himself. He's loving this. He's getting into it, and he's coaching from the sidelines. He's drawing Ekow to cut him off. This is how it is, though. You're a Nottingham boy, and you're seeing Nottingham talent. And this, lovely little shot there from Warby. It did find its way through. He's moving his head well.
He's a clever little fighter. You can't have 200 fights and have that experience to make guys miss occasionally and catch him with shots. So you've always got to be alert. You know, it's never got a foregone conclusion that you will win or guaranteed. If they get the confidence, they can always come back and get you.
I'm no mathematician, but almost 200 fights. Let's just say 200, but not quite. If he's been stopped twice, that means a 2% stoppage rate. You know, it's very low considering 200.
I think what a lot of people don't realise sometimes, a lot of them 200 fights might be all decent fighters, good prospects, you know.
You know, Warby landing a couple of hooks there. You know, Ekow come underneath to the body, and as he was coming up, Warby let out a left hand. And it found its way. He's still competitive. Look, even there, and a stinging right hand. A lot of the time, I mean, I'm sometimes subject to it myself. People just write these journeymen off. The survivors. But we can hear these shots from ringside. I can almost feel them. And he's gone and sat down in his stool, happy as Larry. Warby, he's not been fazed by that at all.
No, if anything, he's come on a little bit. You know, I thought he was a bit negative at the beginning, but he's caught Ekow with a couple of good shots, and I think it's given him a bit of confidence to try a few more. And that's what happens with these journeyman fighters or fighters with a lot of experience. They catch you with a few shots, they get a bit of confidence, and they can change the whole fight.
Yeah, sometimes they come in and they really fancy it. Sometimes a border on their back, they need to get some wins or win some rounds, and they can really turn it on. I don't think he's going to have an answer for Ekow tonight. I think Ekow's been going through the gears a little bit. I don't think he's stepped it up yet. I don't think we're going to see that. I think Ekow's going to try and keep Warby in there for a little bit longer. I think he's going to want these rounds, but at some point we're going to see that engine kick into turbo.
I think sometimes you need to be hit a couple of times to really wake you up, and I think Ekow's probably been hit a couple of times now. Nothing major, but I think it'll wake him up, and I think he'll go through the gears now and he'll up it a little. He's still following him around a little bit, which I'm not really happy with. I'd like him to cut him off. It'll make it a lot harder for William as well, Warburton. It'll make it a lot harder for him. He won't be able to go anywhere. You know, he'll get him in the corner and he can unload the punches.
There's 3 or 4 times that we've seen Ekow throw a short right, to the rib, and it's landed. You can hear it every time, and now it's landing to the body and the head at will a little bit. Warburton holding on, doesn't look fazed by it, but I can feel them from here. You can see that England experience, championship experience. You can see it in Ekow. He's not even come out of first gear yet.
I think he's still trying to open him up and break him down. He's got a good tight defence, Warburton. He's got his hands up, getting hit with the body shots, but he's tough. Well,
I think them left
stick to them body shots, and that's what's going to break him down, I think.
Well, them left hooks. I think what's happening here is Ekow's throwing the right hand, then the left hand, and catching him with the left. But that's where the kidney is, the liver. You know, sorry, not the kidney, the liver. And those liver shots, they hurt. Ekow keeping him on the ropes. Chouhady here waving him to cut him off still.
He keeps missing with that right hand because he's following him around. if he stepped to the right and threw the right hand, it would land, I'd say 90% of the time.
I mean, it's easy for us to be slightly critical here, but at the same time, you know, he's doing a fantastic job, Ekow. Warburton, very durable. He's been hit some absolute pearlers to the body. His ribs are red raw, but he doesn't show any signs of slowing. However, Ekow ploughing away, landing at will. Look at that. It's just a steady jab.
It looks very relaxed, Ekow does. He's just taking his time, I think, and just picking the shots, slowly breaking him down. I don't think he's in a rush. I think he wants to have a few rounds.
Yeah, I can see on my left a few lads from Clifton. We've got a professional fighter to the left. He's not taking his eyes off the fight yet. Another right hand to the body. I mean, Warby's leant forward and really sucking in those shots to the ribs. Can he take that punishment for 8 rounds, really?
I don't think he can. If he carries on him like that, he's definitely going to do some damage. His hands are dropping already. You know what they say, hit that body, drop the hands, and then they go for the head afterwards, you know.
Got Ryan Amos on my left on a VIP table, another professional boxer from Nottingham, showing his support. So what I really like about Nottingham, you know, it's the support for each fighter. If there's one fighter from Nottingham on the show, all the lads turn out to support. I know Lee Wood couldn't be here tonight because it's his sister's birthday, but Lee Wood, the Commonwealth champion at the moment, making some noise on Sky Sports, defended that title at the Motorpoint Arena not so long ago. He'll be hopefully challenging for the WBC belts and the British belts soon. I know he said to send all his regards to all the lads, you know. It's nice that they're there for each other.
I think most boxers like to support each other, you know. They all know how tough the game is, how tough boxing is. We've got a lot of good boxers coming through in Nottingham at the moment, and they're all supporting each other, helping each other. We get a lot of them coming to our gym to spar each other, and vice versa. And I think it's gonna get even better in the future.
Well, Ekow stood in the middle of that ring, ready for it straight away, not out of breath. Quite daunting, actually. I mean, you can see the marking on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of Warburton's ribs. Every time I say Warburton, I think of the bread.
I don't think he's as soft as the bread, though.
No, he's not a soft white loaf, is he? Oh, another right hand landed to the body, but he's come back with the left, right, and the left again. He's competitive. I mean, nearly 200 fights.
He knows what he's doing.
He's won 26 of those fights, and 5 of which by KO. He's had 10 draws. Now, you're from the boxing world, you know. How many of those losses will be away corner sort of bogeymen and sort of keeping home corner ticket sales strong? You know, I won't say it's bias, but in the away corner you're against it, aren't you?
Oh, definitely. I think too many people put a lot of emphasis on unbeaten records or good records, but people don't realise some of the ones that have so many fights, they lose to some of the top fighters, and they gain so much experience from that, and they can be really good fighters, but unfortunately in the wrong in the wrong corner or the away corner, and get the bad decisions at times.
Look at this, look. Ekow just took the centre of the stage, jabbing away, head, body, head. This is where the class shows. He's an English champion. You know, it's not for the belt, but any fight is a fight. Everyone in this ring is there to throw punches and get hit in the head and body. You know, you're putting your body through it. And Ekow's not taking this lightly. You know, this guy's got a losing record, but he's tough as boots. He's fought some really good lads. But Ekow's he's not wasting a second. He's not taking anything for granted.
Exactly. I think boxing is a very tough sport, and you can't underestimate anybody. Look at a recent one, Anthony Joshua against Ruiz. You know, he probably looked at him and thought he's not body beautiful, he doesn't look as good, he look in shape and the rest of it. But it's all about technique in this, and any time, you know, if you take your eye off it, it can change. Fight can change. Well,
there's that famous quote, isn't there? Hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard. I mean, look at that. 4 shots, exactly. Clean, body, head. Oh, left up to the body again.
Yeah, I think he's hurt now.
He's got to be. He's been hit twice. Right hand, left hand.
Stick with the body. Now he's getting hurt in the body. Now he's starting to drop his hands. He's taking a couple of clean ones to the head. Oh, but he comes back with another one still.
I mean, look, he's not showing any signs of it. I mean, I know he is hurt. He's got to be. If he's not hurt, he's not human. But he's not letting anyone know.
Oh, he's a very good poker face, isn't he? He's not really showing any signs of pain in the body or on the head. It looks very tough.
Warburton walks back, sits down, ready for the next round. Ekow does the same, and you know what a performance so far from Ekow. It is class to watch the work rate, the efficiency, the angle work. It is different levels in that ring. But Warburton every now and again comes back, throws the big shots, catches him, keeps him on his toes.
Oh, there's a big difference in levels. I think Ekow is still got a few more gears really. I think he's not really come out of his second gear. He's still picking his shots, breaking him down slowly, and I think if anything, he can probably go up another 2-3 levels and take him out if he wanted to.
Yeah, this is all prep work, isn't it? You know, it's an 8-rounder because he's got his eyes on 10 and 12 round fights. Ekow's called out Kelly. He's called out a few names. He wants the British title. He's called him out. These people are heavily backed by Matchroom and getting carved a path. It does happen. Ekow though, he's not talking the talk. He's walking the walk, isn't he?
Yeah. I think he's just got to keep winning and keep calling out the big names. Conor Ben, Kelly, all them names. I think sooner or later they're going to have to fight him. You know, if they're around the British title level or wherever at that time. I
think Warburton, his head clashed with Ekow's hip, but that's a telltale sign of being slightly broken down. I think. I was just
thinking that maybe he's starting to feel the effects of all the punches and the head clash has probably hurt him a little bit. Ekow needs to get back to that body. I think get back to that body and keep breaking him down.
I mean, look at Ekow's corner. Look, cool, calm, collected, no shouting, just watching.
I think a good result would be for Ekow to stop him near the late rounds. Not many people have stopped him, and that'll really get people noticing him and force some of the bigger names to actually want to fight him.
Yeah, I think it certainly sends out a statement. I think he does want the rounds, but at the same time, who doesn't like a stoppage?
Exactly. You want the rounds, but at the same time, you want a good stoppage. You want people to talk because nowadays it's all about excitement. They want to see knockouts. They want to see good fights. They don't want to see people going to points and win decisions.
Well, I mean, Ekow's, as a professional, he's had 10 fights, undefeated. 3 of those have been knockouts. He's had some tough fights. I mean, we might see another one today, but even if we don't, this is all just sharpening the tools, and it's a good performance.
I mean, I personally, I'd say you can't beat getting the points decisions, you know, getting the rounds in because it gives you the experience for later on. A lot of fighters, they have too many knockouts, get to a tough fight, and then they get found out. I don't think Ekow is one of them. I think he never leaves anything to chance. He's super fit, prepares well. He's got the experience of England boxing as well. So I think he'll do well.
Yeah, there's no doubt in anyone's mind here that Ekow's in any sort of trouble of any sort. It's just whether Ekow fancies a stoppage or not.
I think it's just learning how to make the room, make the openings, and that's what you practice in fights like this, where you're in total control. You try to practice some of your moves that you've been working on in the gym.
I mean, you can hear Ekow's crowd already roaring for him. And again, Warburton's gone back to that corner, not looking hurt. He's been hit hard. I mean, he's had nearly...
I think he just puked up.
Has he really?
Yeah, he just took his gumshoe out and he puked up. So I think them body shots are have an effect, you know.
Unfortunately for Ekow, he had a towel over his face. He wouldn't have seen that. But I think if I saw that...
I think they need to keep a good eye on him. You know, he could be hurt in there.
Well, the medics are going to probably... I can see the border control already looking in now. We might start to see some medical intervention. Look, the border control official has walked over to the doctor and he's having a word. We've seen Warburton puking.
In good shape.
No, with all the best intentions, I can't see this going ahead. I mean, bravery is the only word I can use. Pride, bravery. But the second he gets it in the stomach, he's going to be sick.
I think sometimes the fighter is the bravest, and
he's having a bit of a flurry now as well, I think, just a little bit last chance saloon look.
I think the fighter is the last person that ever wants to stop a fight. You know, somebody else has got to be a bit.
A lovely left hook to the body there. I just can't see. His head will not want him to go down, but he's just got to for his own health. The referee's looking.
He's got to step back, make a bit of room now, and find some clean punches, and that's part of the learning curve, you know.
I mean, I know that he's experienced, but his corner's got to look after him here. This is his health at the end of the day. I got stopped with I fought for the area title against, I can't remember his name now, he beat me anyway. I fought for it, and it was up against a good kid, undefeated, 3 amateur championship, you know, he was undefeated as a professional, and I hit him with some big heavy shots the whole fight. You know, I felt like I was landing good shots, not as many as him, he was ahead on points. I knocked him through the ropes and everything, and he came back at me. And what stopped me was I went for this big right hand, and a left hook came straight up the middle to my sternum. My entire soul left my body. I was sent to my knees. There was nothing I could do about it. I was trying desperately to get my breath back, and I couldn't. My head was telling me yes, my body was telling me no, and it got stopped in round 8 or 9. And it was again the body, and I can't believe these. I can hear them, I can feel them. These body shots are disgraceful. And he's still going.
I mean, I've been very lucky. I've never really been hurt with a body shot.
Show off.
Sparring, I've been slightly felt body shots, but I know a lot of people that told me about it, and it's one of the worst shots that you can ever take. I've put a lot of people down with the body shots, and I know what they feel like by seeing their faces in a sense, you know.
Yeah, I've broken people's ribs. I've hurt people, but I've also received it. I've had a fractured rib. I've had intercostal muscles pop. I can tell you now, if this was me in that ring and I was Warburton and getting hit with some of these body shots, I just don't think I'd be able to stay standing there trading. They're glancing across the sternum now, like they're getting to his solar plexus. His body must be like mushy peas.
His Ekow's definitely picked it up a little now. I think he sees that he's weakening and he's getting hurt. Another little attack or a flurry, I think it could be over.
Well, we're coming towards the end of this round, and I can't believe that Warburton's still in there. Just genuine, I'm in shock.
I don't think he's one that's going to quit. He still wants to finish the rounds. He's got 2 more rounds. I think he's going to be wanting to finish on his feet.
Live by the sword, die by the sword sort of thing.
Yeah, boxers are very proud people. I don't think they ever want to stop a fight.
Well, the doctor's talking to the referee. That's not a good sign for Warburton. Warburton can see that, and he's putting on a brave face. I mean, you hear the term road warrior, and what a warrior this guy is. He's taken some smashing shots.
Yeah,
I think the referee might cut. Yeah. The referee's waved it off.
The corner's pulled him out.
And Ekow, being the respectful fighter, walks over, thanks him. That is not, what Warburton wanted. But for me, he went 2 rounds longer than any fighter I think would have.
Yeah, definitely. I think Warburton didn't want that stopped. The corner had to pull him out. He was a very proud fighter, very tough fighter. I think he's going to be very upset about that, but I think it helps him to fight another day. You don't want to be getting hurt or injured or risk anything serious in a fight.
Well, we can see that. We can see Derek Assazi there in the corner, in the ring. That's the Ultimate Boxing Champion. He's just won that. His corner team, Debo. We've got Mark Howell, Barrington Brown and Jimmy Gill all in there, proud of their man. We've got the English strap.
Yeah, Derek's another great fighter.
What a statement from Ekow. This was a tuning fight. Warburton's had near 200 and only stopped twice. This is the 3rd time he's been stopped. ever in almost 200 fights. That speaks volumes. Okay, we've got Derek O'Shazy here, Ultimate Box Champ. I'm joined here. Look at this strap, look at this face. This is Ekow the Engine Essuman. If you don't know him, get to know him. What a performance. I know you're tired. Didn't really come out of second gear though. How you feeling?
I'm not tired. I did come out of second gear a bit, but I was trying to plan my shots a bit, trying to place them as well, and it obviously worked. You know what? My last fight I sent out a message. Now I'm just going for the names. I want that Conor Benn fight. I don't know what he's saying about he wants to fight anyone and everyone, but take the fight. Fight me. And then I'm going to move up the rankings. Then I want Chris Jenkins for the British. I'm coming. Everyone, even Josh Kelly at the top. We used to be on Team GB with each other, but that was back then. This is now. We're pros. It's time.
Listen, that was an amazing win. The crowd went wild for you. Here's your family behind you. I'm not going to keep you too long. An amazing fight. Look forward to seeing you in the future. Well done.
Cheers, bro.